Kia ora, I'm Sharon Holt, the author of Te Reo Singalong books. In this session I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what motivated me to do this work, and that'll help you to understand the passion that I have for it. So in 2002, when I was about 42, I didn't have any Te Reo Māori at all. I'd trained as a teacher, but I didn't need to use any Te Reo Māori then, because that was back in the maybe 70s, and so we didn't do any Te Reo Māori then. So in 2002 I started with Te Reo at Te Wānanga o Aotearoa. So that was my very first ever learning of Te Reo Māori. I'd heard some things around the place and I maybe knew some pronunciation, but I didn't know whether it was correct or not correct. I didn't know how to pronounce most Māori words, and I didn't know how to count to 10, didn't know many of the colours except that most of them seemed to start with K, and my little children, my toddlers, knew more than I did from being at kindergarten. I didn't know how to say the word Māori, and I was too scared to say it. So that was the position I was at, which you might be in that position now, so there is hope. So in 2002 I started that course, and then I did several other courses after that, and over the next 2 or 3 years I was also working part-time at Kihi Kindergarten. And the reason that I started doing Te Reo Singalong books is because at the kindergarten I decided to practice what I was learning at my night classes with the children, because I thought, well, they're not going to be a very critical audience. I'll be able to do this and it'll go well. And so I started doing things like, if they were playing with the plastic farm animals and something like that and making fences, I would know the words for those animals and I would use those words singly, probably not in sentences at that early stage, and say the words for those animals. After a little while, maybe another year or so, I also challenged myself to do half a day, which probably in reality was maybe 2.5 hours, of only speaking Te Reo Māori to the children. So as those things progressed and I got a little bit better, very, very slowly, the teachers really encouraged me to use all those things and to use the resources that were available. But I actually found that the resources that they had there were actually very hard to use for people that didn't have any confidence in their pronunciation, or people that just didn't have any experience of Te Reo Māori at all. The resources were at a level which wasn't really basic enough, and some of them weren't very easy for early childhood children to grasp either. I liked the KRY games best, but that was pretty much the only thing that, apart from a few really nice little songs, they were the only things that worked. So I thought to myself, maybe there's something as an author, because I was already an author writing in English, maybe there's something that I can create which will help these children to grasp more than just greetings and commands and colours and numbers, and will help the teachers most of all to enjoy the experience of using Te Reo Māori, which I was becoming more and more passionate about. So that's where I got there. I got the idea because I thought, okay, so CDs this was maybe in about 2004-05. I thought, well, CDs will help with the music, they put the story to music, and that will be really, really easy for people to learn, because it's widely known that learning through music is one of the quickest ways to learn a language. And so I came up with 5 prototypes of what I thought. So Deb Hind, the illustrator, she did these little sketches, and I had the words, the easy sentence structures, the repetitive sentence structures, and one of them was Maranga Mai, which wasn't called that at the time, but it was the same, basically the same as this. So that was this one, which is He aha te tangi a te kau, he aha te tangi a te kau, and then there's the mooing. So I had the idea for that, and I had the repetitive sentence structure. So what does the cow say? What does the cat say? What does the horse say, etc. all through the book. I had the basic idea for it, and I had 4 others as well, including Kei te Pekiaho. So I sent them off to many publishers, and I didn't have any luck with all that, possibly because I'm non-Māori. It's a bit unclear why I didn't have any luck, because I was already a published author. but nothing happened. So they kind of went away in my drawer for a while, those little prototypes, and then tried again a few times, still no luck. And so fortunately, a friend that I know who was working with English in China offered to pay for the first two to be published, and we've never looked back. So she paid for these two to be published so that I didn't have to like mortgage the house, and they were so successful we had to reprint in about 6 months, and then from there, after that, not maybe a year or two down the track, we were able to pay her back and just keep doing them because teachers love them. They do exactly what I believed right from the beginning that they would do. The repetitive sentence structures make it very easy to learn. The CD, the book turned into a song on the CD, makes it very easy for the children to remember. And the pictures that Deb does are so beautiful. The illustrations are so lovely. And so, all these years down the track, sort of 4 or 5 years now, we're actually really making some great books for early childhood and primary schools, and they're winning awards. And the Māori Language Awards in 2013 and the CLNZ Educational Publishing Awards in 2015. So we're just keeping on going. At the time of this recording, there are 11 books, with the 12th one due out very soon. And we've got a really great variety, and I know you would really enjoy using them, as many, many, many teachers around New Zealand do.